What's up, everybody? Tony Beats Guy here. Today we're going to be talking about the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2016. Now, every year we talk about it. I think around January they start announcing the names. I could be wrong on that, but it feels like right around the Royal Rumble they're starting to announce the list of people that are going to be in the Hall of Fame in 2016. Now, I've been seeing a lot of lists being posted online and a lot of names that may or may not be in the Hall of Fame. And I will state right here that this is no way a complete list. This is actually just my personal opinion. If they made this work out, it might be one of the best classes of all time. But we're looking at my prediction for the top 5 people in the 2016 Hall of Fame. So let's start off with the Diva. This is a tough one because there's a lot of divas out there that still haven't been inducted. You think of all the ones that came around during the Ruthless Aggression era and post, but this is one that I think should have already been in the Hall of Fame, and we're talking about Sable. Sable was a pioneer for what she did. You remember Sunny? She started what was basically a diva in the WWE. Sable took it to the next level with her sex appeal. She was probably one of the hottest selling merchandise people on WWE. She was bigger than a lot of guys on the roster. I can't even explain how important Sable was to the WWE at the time. She had that sex appeal. She got that audience that they wanted, and she's married to Brock Lesnar now. So there's no reason why Sable shouldn't already have been in the Hall of Fame, but definitely is a great fit right now, and it would be perfect to put her in the Hall of Fame at this current moment. Now let's talk about this guy. This guy just came out in the DLC for WWE 2K16, and that is the Big Boss Man, Ray Traylor. There's no reason why Big Boss Man shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. He has a Hall of Fame career. When you think of 80s wrestling, you have to think of the Big Boss Man. Seriously, he's a guy that I always think of when you think of a character in professional wrestling. You think of the Big Boss Man. He was around forever. He came back during the Attitude Era and even had a better run than I think. Really, he just solidified himself at that point, doing the stuff with Al Snow, and he did stuff with Big Show, and he was really getting that intense heel heat where people hated him. And I remember that Big Boss Man was somebody that I hated when I was watching Monday Night Raw when he came back. But like I said, Big Boss Man is a legend in this business, and he deserves to go into the Hall of Fame. This one we're going to talk about is Christian. Edge went in, and I think Edge might have went in a little too soon, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. They want to keep everything fresh in your minds. When you think about Edge, you got to keep it in your mind. So Christian, I think, deserves to go in. His career was amazing. When you think of the Intercontinental Championship, you think of Christian. Seriously, he was a guy that made that championship, continued to make that. Tag team wrestler, phenomenon. Seriously, he pioneered the ladder match, whereas Razor and Shawn started it. They took that to a whole new level, and there's no reason why Christian shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. I know some people might think it's a little soon. I don't know what you want to think, but I think that Christian didn't get his right send-off in the WWE, but I think him going in the Hall of Fame with Edge inducting him would be such a sweet thing, and with the Dudley Boys around, it just makes sense, right? I mean, you could do so much with him, especially with the Dudley Boys around. They could talk. There's just so much good stuff. So Christian definitely deserves to go in the Hall of Fame this year. And this one, I don't know how this is going to work out, but for number 4, I'm going to say Owen Hart. I know that when Owen passed away, all of his likeness and rights, I believe, go to his wife. So I'm not sure how it works out. They just recently released the Owen Hart DVD, so it's going to be difficult to see whether they only had rights to the videos or if they have rights to put him in the Hall of Fame. I know that the Harts would love to have him in the Hall of Fame. There's no reason why he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. He was amazing. He was awesome. Seriously, at first you thought Bret Hart was the standout, but then it came down to it where Owen Hart seemed like he was the King of Hearts. Literally was. So I will say this, that Owen Hart deserves to be in it just as much as like a Christian does. Owen Hart passed too soon, but I think you have to put Owen in the Hall of Fame. If not this year, you have to sometime because he definitely does deserve it. And every wrestler that talks about Owen Hart, if you've seen any of the DVD, they always have nothing but good things to say about him. And why would you not want a guy like that in the Hall of Fame? And I know that Vince wants to put him in. I know that the WWE wants to put him in. It's up to Owen Hart's wife if she wants to put him in. I believe. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. But hopefully they can work some sort of agreement out and they can get Owen Hart what he deserves, and that is the Hall of Fame induction. And last, but certainly not least, this might be a little too soon. I know that they like to induct people right away when they're fresh on your face, but I will say this. It makes perfect sense to put The Undertaker in the Hall of Fame. Honestly, I've been talking with Jeremy a lot, and we have said that I think this is Undertaker's last run. There's no reason why he would come back and do non-WrestleMania during the year when he's not going to finish up his career. I think this is a perfect time, 25 years of The Undertaker. You can induct him into the WWE Hall of Fame this year. He can have a match at WrestleMania too if you want to do that, and then you can induct him right after his match. Like, you have him inducted before the match. He had the match. That's his send-off, and that's the end of The Undertaker. It's perfect. It is great. The Survivor Series thing, and then he goes to WrestleMania, has his last match, and that's the end of The Undertaker. I think it's perfect. I think it's brilliant. I think if they don't do that, it's not... I guess they could do it next year, but you should strike when the iron's hot right now. I think with everybody around now, like you still have Kane around, so you can have Kane induct him. You could do... There's multiple things you could do with The Undertaker, but he is a legend in this business. There's no doubt in my mind that he will be inducted in the Hall of Fame. I think it's a great chance to induct him right now. Will they pull the trigger? I don't know. It's a tough call. It's up to Vince, WWE, and The Undertaker himself, whether he wants to go in now or whether he's going to continue to wrestle at Mania and then do another Mania. I don't think he should. I think, honestly, he should have a match at Mania, whatever it is. That's the end of his career. And then you induct him in the Hall of Fame, and that's it. And I think that's perfect send-off for The Undertaker. 25 years, goes in the Hall of Fame. You can't ask for a better career like that, seriously. So that's my list right now. Sable, Big Boss Man, Christian, Owen Hart, and The Undertaker. Anyway, guys, let me know if there's anybody on the list, anybody that I missed, that you think should be in the WWE Hall of Fame 2016. I know usually they have some tag teams. They have some foreign guys. So I'm not sure, but this is the list that I think is potential top 5. I know that there's rumors of maybe Jushin Thunder Liger or the Fabulous Freebirds. I don't swear they got in, but maybe I was wrong. Maybe it wasn't the Freebirds. I don't know. But honestly, I think this is a great list. I think this is perfect. And if this happened, this would probably be the best year of Hall of Fame. Owen Hart, Sable, Taker, Christian, Bossman. Can't get any better than that. Anyway, guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Again, if there's anybody else I missed, let me know down below. Hit that like button if you enjoy this kind of video. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. As always, Tony Beats Guy, brag out.
All got to be a part of it.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I really do appreciate you guys taking time to sit this far through the video. Now, I wanted to let you guys know that the OMG Wrestling Podcast is over on iTunes. This is with me and Jack Lubash. We've actually been doing this podcast for a long, long time, but we've been putting it up on iTunes right now. It used to be uploaded to YouTube, but we're going with an exclusive iTunes audio-only way to listen to the podcast. The reason we chose this was because it's just the way podcasts were meant to be over on iTunes. So if you want to check out the podcast, make sure you go to omgwrestling.com. That is the best way you can find it. And while you go over there, there's a link to click on iTunes, and it'll take you straight over to iTunes so you can subscribe. Every Tuesday will be the OMG Wrestling Podcast new episode. We have a really funny one with the Omaha pro wrestler. His name is Hype Gotti. He tells some amazing stories, and you just have to listen to this one. It's probably my favorite episode I've ever done. So anyway, guys, thanks again for listening to this. Thanks for sitting this far through this video. Again, go to omgwrestling.com if you want to check out the podcast and hit that subscribe button, because then it'll come straight to your phone, straight to your iTunes, however you listen to it. And that's the easiest way that you can follow the OMG Wrestling Podcast.